Hi folks, this is Soapbox here. Today we will be taking a look at the T9 Carv. This is the default weapon for the TR Heavy Assault class. Due to the fact that you don't have to buy this weapon, the focus of this video will be a little different. I'll be informing you on the stats of this weapon and why I would or would not run it over other options. Since it is the default weapon, there's no cost for acquiring it.
Okay,
Each round will deal 143 damage out to 10 meters, and will drop off to 125 damage out past the 65 meter mark. The Carv has a headshot multiplier of 2x, making headshots very effective with this weapon. If all shots land on the body, it will take 7 shots to kill your standard infantry target within that 10 meter mark, and 8 shots to kill out past the 65 meter mark. If all shots land on the head, there will be 3.5 shots to kill within that 10 meter mark. This is the same as landing 2 headshots and 1 body shot. With the accuracy of this weapon, you will not be landing consistent headshots out past the 65 meter mark, but for those of you who are interested, it will take 4 headshots. This weapon fires at 750 rounds per minute, or 1 round every 0.08 seconds. This means that if all the shots land on the body, it will take just over half a second to drop your target, assuming they are within 10 meters. If they are 65 meters or beyond, it will take slightly over 0.6 of a second. If you land all the shots on your target's head, then it will take 0.32 of a second to kill your target within 10 meters. This is outrageously fast, and by far the biggest strength of this weapon. Contrary to some people's beliefs, the T9 Carv is not a long-range weapon. It is meant for close quarter engagement. It does possess some of the unwieldiness of an LMG, but makes up for this in many other places. Basically, the T9 Carv is not an accurate gun, and really cannot be pushed into that role. It has a vertical recoil of 0.4 and a first shot multiplier of 2x. The recoil pulls both left and right, so it can't be compensated for horizontally. Again, this weapon was designed to be used at close ranges, and its low accuracy is very understandable. Each magazine will hold 100 rounds with 400 in reserve. This weapon goes through ammo extremely fast. You can empty a clip in 8 seconds. This is almost the same amount of time that it takes a mini chain gun to go through an entire magazine. The T9 Carv reloads at 5.4 seconds short and 6.2 seconds long. So, I would recommend trying to save your last bullet so you can take advantage of this short reload. The time when switching to and from this weapon is extremely slow. Keep this in mind when preparing to go into your academy. If you plan on using the Carv, make sure you have it out, otherwise the swap time could get you killed. Now let's look at attachments. In the optics slot, you have the 1x through 4x, as well as night vision optics. You have quite a few options here, but there are only a few scopes I would recommend. The 4x has far too much magnification and recoil sake for this weapon. I would recommend running the 1x or 2x reflex sight. I personally run the 1x reflex. This forces me to use the weapon properly, but the 2x reflex is a good choice also. If you enjoy using the night vision scope, then you could run it, but it's a very accurate scope, and this is not an accurate gun. This will cause you to try to make shots that you are not able to achieve, and will lead to quite a bit of disappointment. In the barrel slot, you have 2 options, the flash suppressor and the normal suppressor. Personally, I would not recommend running either of these barrel attachments. I have never found much use for the flash suppressor, and when it comes to the normal suppressor, I did not find it complementary to this gun. When you run this weapon, you are generally committing to a loud and proud type of playstyle, that is, taking the enemy head on. If you're doing that, then the suppressor becomes useless, and it already makes the bad range of this weapon even worse. In the rail slot, you have 3 options. You can run the laser sight, forward grip, and dark flashlight. Now as normal, the dark flashlight is completely useless, so just chuck that out of the window, never worry about it. So your options here is between the laser sight and the forward grip. I ran both of these, and after quite some time, I decided that the forward grip was the most complementary to this weapon. This laser sight's nice, but I find that trying to go for those headshots, you'll often be aiming down sights. The forward grip allows me to have more accuracy and helps to compensate in some of the areas that this weapon is lacking. Well, that's it for the statistics side of things. As I mentioned earlier, when it comes to this weapon's playstyle, Many people make the mistake of trying to use this weapon at range. To make this weapon effective, you need to use it up close and personal. Trying to use it at range will only get you outgunned by most other weapons. Headshots are essential when using this weapon. If you go for body shots, this weapon will become very slow and have a horrible time to kill. Headshots turn this weapon from just an okay weapon into a terrifying gun. If you go for headshots, you will be able to outgun almost any target. Make sure to keep firing. The T9 Carv has a large magazine, so don't worry about missing shots. It's a good idea to keep your weapon at head level and pre-fire when going around corners. If you know an enemy is there, you can quickly dispatch them before they have time to react. Also, when engaging multiple targets, you'll want to focus on one target at a time. If you spray with this weapon, you won't kill anyone. You have to go for those headshots and focus on one enemy at a time. The T9 Carv is simply not a spray and pray weapon like the main chain gun. So, after playing with this weapon, I have to say this weapon does not suck in any regard. In fact, I think it's a very powerful weapon in the right hands. The misconceptions about this weapon come from when people try to play with it at range. To take full advantage of the T9 Carv's stopping power, you need to go for those headshots and play up close and personal. Well folks, that concludes this weapon review. If this video was helpful or enjoyable, then feel free to leave a like. And if you want to see more videos like this, or want to help support the channel, then hit that subscribe button. This is Soapbox, signing off.